So the long-awaited Fate Grand Order OVA has finally come out, and I have to say, this was solid. This was much better than I was actually expecting. As I am a huge Fate fan, Fate Zero, Stay Night, The Unlimited Blade Works, I love every Fate series in some way. Obviously some more than others like Unlimited Blade Works and Zero, more than say the original Stay Night that was And the Magical Girls, I'm not a huge fan of. Like, it has aspects that I enjoy, but it's a really big hit or a miss, more on the side of fan service. But this one I had hopes for because it did seem like it was going more into like the Stay Night era. I heard a lot of good things with the mobile game it's based off of, but I still went in a little cautious because I didn't want to get my hopes up too high that it could be something like Unlimited Blade Works that would really impress me. And it doesn't get me to the same level as, say, the recent adaptation of Unlimited Blade Works, and I know the Heaven's Feel movies when they finally get released, because that route is amazing. But this was a solid OVA. It has a horrible start. Like, it has an atrocious first 15 or 16 minutes of the most high school bullshit you can see. Oh, he wakes up, there's a cute girl, oh, there's this little puffball, oh, we're in an academy, I'm gonna fall asleep in class, oh, we got this teacher who is gonna kick me out, oh, and then shit hits the fan. It's not that it was paced bad, it was just so typical, even more typical than the Shiro stuff in the Stay Night visual novel and anime. Like, I hated the intro, but I knew it was gonna get interesting, because right off the bat they explain that pretty much we have to keep humanity alive as long as we can probably keep them alive for another 100 years. The thing is we monitor when things go wrong so we can send people through time to prevent whatever caused the destruction of humanity, and we start out saying that in 2016 something happened at this spot that we have to stop, which it was a Holy Grail War. So right off the bat I was on board. I just knew we had to get through this high school, like it's not a high school, but it really feels like that academy setting that's just been done so many times. I mean, we have a character wake up, doesn't know where he is, that's very video game trapped in a video game world, but it did have such an interesting Fate premise, and in my opinion, it's the coolest idea I've seen in Fate in terms of setting up Holy Grail Wars, as we have these characters traveling through time to different spots, and we're gonna have probably 7 more OVAs if they do continue. Now, I don't have an official source on this, but I have heard that they're already starting production or they're planning to do a second one, as the way this ends is it does get confirmed that 7 more anomalies have happened and they need to stop this, and only this guy and his servant, his Demi-Servant, I forget their names, I think it's Mash and I forget the guy's name, but he's pretty much just Shiro version 2.2 there. But I do like that. Like, I like the setting of them traveling through time. The time mechanic of traveling back and forth through time is one of my favorite mechanics in storytelling. It can fail easily, but it has some of the coolest shit that you can do with it, and I loved seeing this implemented into Fate finally. I mean, we get so many similar and not so similar things throughout this OVA. I mean, we have Cucullin, who was in the original Stay Night anime, who was always a Lancer class, and now he's a Caster class. Archer's still Archer. This time we get to see Saber Alter finally. I've been waiting to see Saber Alter anime. I know we're gonna see her even sooner, but I mean, I'm just glad we finally get to see her animated in her glory. Saber Alter is my favorite Saber. I mean, for the long-time subscribers there, you're going to remember that my original profile pic for YouTube was a Saber Alter. Now it's Angel's Egg, but for the longest time it was Saber Alter. I love Saber Alter. It's such a badass evil saber. I just love it all together. But I like seeing, you know, just everything come together as we see so many new but also old things returning in slightly different ways. We have that fight with Archer versus Cassier this time, and I love seeing how he's using like this forest magic. And just overall, I thought the action was very good. It was unique in certain ways. It felt very similar to the Ufotable stuff, but it felt different at the same time. And overall, like, there was only one time the 3D CGI really felt off to me, and that was when Caster summons the Wicker Man, I think is what he calls him, where he traps Saber Alter in this, like, forest creature. But besides that, all of it I thought blended very well with the 2D and 3D quite damn well, which is impressive, as this isn't Ufotable. I forget the name of the studio off the top of my head, but it's a very different studio, and I'm glad it wasn't Ufotable who handled Grand Order. As, yes, they're really good with Zero, they're really good with Unlimited Blade Works, they're gonna kill it with Heaven's Feel, but I'm glad we got to see a real Fate anime, not a Magical Girl spin-off, not a one-off, you know, bizarre adventure with all the Type Moon characters. It felt like a real Fate Holy Grail War anime with a different studio, and I thought they killed it. I love the different visual presentation they had to it, and I know Shaft is going to kill it with their Fate adaptation this year. I mean, we got Heaven's Feel, we're going to have more Grand Order probably very soon. this is going to be the year of Fate, and I thought this was fantastic. The characters weren't that amazing in terms of the new ones. I mean, the director getting killed, I didn't care. The director was literally just Rin version 2.0, and she was a horrible Rin 2.0 in my opinion. If people liked it, by all means you can. I just thought it was too much of a cut and paste. I mean, literally, our main character is pretty much Shiro himself, but the Demi-Servant that they have, the pink-haired girl or purple-haired girl, I forget what color her hair is off the top of my head, I liked her. She was overall pretty cool. I still don't know what her class is, but I liked her weapon being a shield, and then when she uses her Noble Phantasm, it's a giant wall. I thought that was pretty cool. But overall, like, I just thought the action was really good. The setting is brilliant. I think this was the coolest setting we've had with Fate, with being able to time travel through different timelines. We're gonna have all the different sabers. We're gonna see them. Like, seriously, if people don't know some of the other sabers, they're honestly wicked. I just thought it was a really solid time. The intro, like I said, it sucks. It really does suck. But despite it sucking, I didn't think the pacing was off. Like, I thought it got the job done what it needed to. I just wish it wasn't so typical. And I hate using the word, but cliche is the easiest one I could say. Like, I don't really have an issue with cliche, but this was just as cliche as you could have got. Like, this was literally every typical bad anime intro of, oh, you know, we got the girl, oh, we're waking up in a world I don't know, oh, yep, we got the bossy dictator teacher girl who's probably going to become sort of sweet but a tsundere later on. It was just, that wasn't for me. It was even worse than, like, the typical Shiro stuff that you start off with in Stay Night, but that's just me. But just everything about it, from the visual to the audio, like, the OST killed it. Like, the backing tracks for this was amazing. I really liked the episode length of it being, like, 70 minutes, give or take. I felt like everything was progressed very nicely, and I really do hope we get to see the other 7 little wars we're gonna have to alter there get fully animated, which I assume they are going to, and like I mentioned, I don't have an official source. If someone does, by all means, you can let me know in the comment section below with the link, but I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if they do all 7 of them, doing it per chapter. This was a prologue, so I assume there's just 7 more chapters after this. As of right now, I'm sure they're gonna keep expanding the game, but this was good. Like, even if they never did more, like, I thought this was a very good self-contained story, and, you know, you can make up your mind how it ends, but I'm sure we're gonna see the remainder animated. So for anyone who either played the game or just watched the OVA, what did you think? Because I thought this was a really good entry to the Fate series. It was really solid. It was nice seeing a real Fate anime that wasn't a spin-off Magical Girl or anything like that get animated by a new studio and do it really damn well. Like, everything really solid presentation. Despite the cast not being that amazing in terms of, like, the focal cast, you know, the new guy with the bossy dictator, you know, director there. Besides that, like, I did like seeing everything get twisted with the characters that we knew, and some of the new ones, I think it was an assassin class that they were originally fighting. It might not have been an assassin class, but it definitely gave me that feeling of it. I really enjoyed that. I mean, she looked pretty goddamn wicked, how she had snakes coming out that she was using as chains. It was really cool. It was really clever. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and before you leave, hit that like button if you did enjoy the video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.